always listen to scary stories when I try to fall asleep. It sounds weird, but fear calms me. It feels like background noise. That night was no different. I put on a playlist of true stalker stories, turned off the lights, and laid in bed. The narrator spoke in a slow, steady voice and said, "Sometimes the danger is already inside your house." I exhaled and closed my eyes. Just another dramatic intro. The story kept playing, but somewhere in the middle of the next sentence, the voice changed. Not suddenly. No sound. Just midword, the tone shifted into someone else's voice. Lower. Closer. And the sentence became, "He has been walking through your house for a long time." My eyes opened. I checked my phone. Same story title. Same progress bar. Nothing looked wrong. But the voice kept talking in that whispery tone, like it was no longer part of the recording. "He passed your bedroom twice already." My heart slammed my ribs. Then I heard it. A slow, heavy footstep in my living room. I turned my phone volume down. The voice stopped, but the footsteps didn't. I grabbed the metal water bottle beside my bed and walked into the hallway, keeping the lights off. When I looked down the hall, I froze. A man stood at the far end. Tall, still, facing me. He was holding something in his left hand. It hung from his fingers like dead weight. He stepped forward just enough for the hall light to catch it. A small child's backpack. Dirty, worn, like it belonged to a kid who had been missing a while. He lifted it slightly, watching my reaction, like he'd shown it to other people. And none were the one he wanted. Then he spoke, and it was the exact same voice that had taken over my story. I finally found the right house. I slammed my bedroom door and shoved my dresser against it. The first hit came instantly, shaking the frame. The second hit split the wood. On the third, something slid under the door and touched my foot. The backpack. He had pushed it through the gap, like he wanted me to hold it. Before he came in, I backed away, trembling. The door burst open. His arm pushed through first, skin scraping on the splintered wood. Then his shoulder. Then half his face. He crawled through the doorway like pain didn't matter. I ran to the window and jumped out, hitting the ground hard. My ankle twisted with a crack. I screamed. A second later, something thudded behind me. He had jumped too, but he wasn't looking at me yet. He was scanning the yard, searching for someone, still clutching the backpack like it guided him. Then he turned, tilted his head, stuttered me. Then he started running. I sprinted barefoot into the street until I reached lights, people, cars, anything. When I finally turned back, he was standing at the end of the block, still holding the backpack, silent, watching like he was waiting to hear that voice again. I always game late at night with random people. I don't talk much. I just put on my headset and zone out. It helps me fall asleep. That night, I joined a match I didn't recognize. No title, no server info. Just a lobby with one player already inside. His username was just _ a single underscore. I thought it was a glitch. The second I joined, he spoke. "Your MIC is muted." His voice wasn't robotic or filtered. It sounded close, too close. I hadn't even moved my character yet. I said, "Who are you?" He didn't answer. He just said, "Don't turn around." I thought he meant in-game, so I moved the joystick. He said, "Not the character. You." Something cold spread through my chest. I muted him, thinking he was messing around. The moment I did, a private message popped up on my screen. Muting doesn't help. Then my phone buzzed. A notification from a number I didn't know. "You left your window unlocked." My stomach dropped. I stood up from my chair slowly. I didn't hear anything in my room, but the game made a soft tap sound, like someone tapping a MIC gently. Then he spoke again, except my headset was lying on the desk. The voice came from my speakers. "I've been trying to join your game for weeks." I reached for my phone to call someone, but another message came through. "Calling the police will just make him move faster." I didn't know who him was. Then the game character, my character, moved on its own. It walked into a dark hallway I didn't recognize. Bare walls, no textures, like an unfinished map. The voice said, "This is where I am." Something scraped behind me. I turned so fast I almost fell. Nothing, just my room. But I knew I heard it. A dragging sound. When I looked back at the screen, the camera was facing a door in the game. A plain wooden door. My door. Same shape. Same scratches at the bottom from my old dog. Same dent from when I moved in furniture. It wasn't a game map. It was my hallway. And my in-game character raised its hand and knocked on the door. 3 slow knocks. At the same time, someone knocked on my real door. I froze. Couldn't move. Couldn't breathe. My screen lit up with a new message. Open it. He gets impatient. I backed away, shaking so hard I almost dropped my phone. The knocks came again. Harder. Then a long, slow drag across the wood, like someone was sliding their nails down the door. I unplugged my PC. Everything went black. Silence. Then from the dark hallway outside my room, I heard a whisper. The same voice from the game. "You shouldn't have left. I was showing you where I am." I jumped out my window and ran to the neighbors. Called the police from their porch. When they searched my house, they didn't find anyone. But they did find one thing. My headset, placed carefully, right outside my bedroom door, like someone had set it down. After knocking, my brother crashes at my place all the time, so the footsteps at night never bothered me. Heavy ones, slow ones, the fridge opening at 2 a.m., the bathroom light flicking on and off. Whatever, he's always been weird. Weeks go by like this. One night, around 11 p.m., I walk in and see his shoes by the door. Same size, same style. The hallway light is on. Something about it feels off, but I shake it off. I yell, "You here?" No answer. He's probably asleep. I shower, eat, crash on the couch. Around 1:12 a.m., I hear footsteps moving down the hallway, dragging slightly, like someone is walking slowly on purpose. My heart jumps, but I tell myself it's him. My phone buzzes. It's my brother, almost off work. "You up?" I stare at the screen. I reply, "You're not here." He replies, "What? No, haven't been over in forever." Silence in the room. Then a soft, deliberate knock comes from my bedroom door. Not loud, not frantic, just 3 slow knocks, spaced out, like whoever was inside already knew I'd heard them. I don't move. My breathing goes shallow. The bedroom door handle twitches. Once, twice, then it starts turning. Not fast, not forced, just slowly, like they were enjoying how quiet the house was. I back toward the front door. My hands are shaking so hard the keys jingle. The bedroom door opens. I only saw part of them, just a shoulder, part of an arm, the edge of a face. But that was enough. The person standing in my bedroom was taller than my brother, skinny in a way that didn't look healthy. And they weren't surprised to see me. They were smiling. Not like someone who's glad to see you, like someone who's been waiting. I ran, full sprint, didn't even lock the door behind me. As I hit the stairwell, I heard my apartment door open again, slowly, almost polite, and then the same footsteps from the nights before stepped out into the hallway. But this time, they weren't trying to be quiet. They were following. I didn't look back. I didn't dare. I just kept running until I reached the parking lot and locked myself in my car, hands shaking so hard I could barely hold my phone. My brother called me, and the first thing he said was, "Why does it sound like someone's breathing in your car?"